in the exchange of hostages, there's been Palestinian prisoners released. Some were people convicted of crimes. Some committed horrible crimes. Others were held under what's known as the Israeli policy of administrative detention. Can you, and on some level, I'm actually glad people are hearing about this because we knew about this. It's been for years and years and years and decades. Can you share a little bit what administrative detention is?
Yeah, administrative detention is unique to military justice, and of course, I use the word justice in quotations. But as I think most people know, that Palestinians in the occupied territories are subjected to military laws, and they're tried in military courts, unlike Israeli settlers or other Israeli citizens who are only tried in civilian courts. So there's two different judicial systems. And of course, military courts are what you would expect. You don't have basic due process guarantees. And one of the practices that is allowed under this military regime is this practice of administrative detention, which allows the military to arrest and hold Palestinians without charge or trial, more or less indefinitely. So the law, the military law, allows people to be detained for 90 days, and that 90 days is renewable, basically indefinitely. So it's pretty draconian as a practice, and when you consider that 2,000 of the 7,000 or so Palestinian political prisoners currently being held are being held under this provision of administrative detention, and that is, they are not tried or convicted of anything. And a lot of people don't actually know this. They would assume that, well, if you're a prisoner, Israel must have good reason to arrest you. You're probably a terrorist. You've committed some violent act. But that is not always the case. And in fact, even for those who are convicted, the laws are such that you could be, if you're a Palestinian and you throw stones at the army, you can be tried in a military court and convicted to 20 years in prison for the act of throwing stones. That is considered terrorism. But that, again, that's only for Palestinians. Israeli settlers who throw stones, of course, are not subjected to those same provisions. So the entire system of judicial rule, really, and judicial of military courts is fundamentally unfair.